Joining us next is an actor from our very own Bollywood industry, Bhumi Pednekar. She's not just an actor, was formerly somebody who was hunting down and was a casting director, but now a UNDP National Advocate for Sustainable Development Goals as well. Hi, Bhumi. Thanks so much for talking to us here on TBC. I have to say this, for the past 5 years, anybody who's watched your journey, I have to say there seems to be a massive pivot. Something Bhumi Pednekar is doing right. She's everywhere. She's winning awards. She's got some great scripts. So what exactly is going on in your life right now?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. And I really hope that the last few years have been this impactful that you've started to enjoy whatever I'm doing. I'm glad.
Yes, absolutely. You've done some two fascinating movies that I want to talk about. One is Thank You for Coming, which the movie did not do very well commercially, but was much talked about for its approach, for its script, for how it spoke about women. You're also now part of UNDP engaging with them on different platforms. Is there a certain sense we can say that Bhumi Pednekar is choosing a particular kind of scripts? Is that what is happening?
No, it hasn't. Honestly, when the script came my way, I did know it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, but I didn't realize the degree of how uncomfortable people are going to get. When you think of female desire, female sexuality, maybe in my world, it's not as much as a stigma as it is in the outside. And that's why it was so important for us to make this film. Uh, but I feel like it pushed a larger section of our society into a corner where they had to question themselves and make space for such healthy conversation to exist. And that's not going to be an easy change. Yeah, so it's a journey, but I'm one thing that I kind of learned from Thank You for Coming is that I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop making cinema like so or asking the right questions through my art because I feel like this is such a powerful medium. If it's made people uncomfortable, it's gotten them to think, and eventually there will be, some change that we see.
That's nicely said. Which brings me to the second movie I want to talk to you about, which is actually based on journalism. It is. It talks about, and for viewers who don't know, it's actually based on independent journalists. Again, I have to ask you, through the course of your research and getting into character and mood, are you now with better respect for journalists? Are you always on time now and always sort of have come out with a new form of respect and understanding of what journalism actually means?
Oh my God. I think one thing that I'm an extremely punctual person. Just so for everybody who's seeing me today, I'm an extremely punctual person. But I feel what I realized is that journalism is a profession that needs a lot of integrity. The way Bhakshak introduced me to the world of journalism that I didn't know existed. Your independent journalists that actually are the backbone of the system, that are the ones that actually go crack things firsthand. They aren't really backed by any big corporate or any buildings or power. It's just them, their passion for what they do, their voice, and their need to put the right version of the truth out. And they're completely driven by that. And I realized that if, as an individual, you lack integrity, you aren't really servicing the profession to its full potential. So there was a lot of learning for me in Bakshak. Obviously, the film has been, there's so much love that the film has received, more so because of what the film stands for. Just as a woman, as a citizen of this country, to know that something like this has happened and is still happening, because this wasn't a one-off event. There are many so like that have happened, and because when I was researching for the film, I spent sleepless nights because there was research material that I had, but my research material was somebody else's truth, a little child's truth, many little children, their truth. And it takes a lot to be able to live with that information. But I'm just fortunate that Bhaksha came my way, because it's my little contribution to a larger problem. And I really hope that the conversation doesn't end with our audience watching the film. I just feel like, there has to be compassion and empathy that we kind of need to tap into again. I feel like we as individuals have been so devoid of it, because it's just about us and our pains. We've forgotten how to feel for others. And I really hope Bhaksha kind of changes that.
That's nicely said. So, that's actually true, and I think as long as what you do can start a conversation, I've always believed that even stories that journalists cover, as long as you can start a conversation, I think that's a great start. As long as you can change one mindset, I think that's also enough contribution. But you are on the Breakfast Club, Bhumi, so you have to share with us your morning mantra. Your fitness regime actually calls for a separate episode altogether. I want to really understand how you've transformed to being this extremely fit person and looking gorgeous, absolutely, in various outfits that we've seen you in. But tell us, what exactly does Bhumi Pednekar wake up to? How do you get into your mojo right in the morning?
Like the only thing that I constantly keep telling myself is that I deserve miracles to happen, and they will happen. It just helps me keep focused. So I think just like positive affirmations go a long way. I'm a very spiritual person. I also pray every day in the morning. That's just like my way of kind of connecting with myself. I'm loved. I have a lot of love to give. I'm a provider. I'm a caregiver, and I'm going to get all of that back. And there's nothing that's going to stop me.
Hey, that's a nice way to start your day. Just give out to the universe what you really want and say those words. I think that's a great tip this Monday morning. Thanks so much, Bhumi, for joining us on TBC.
Thank you so much.